See this. I mean, there are 25 UN entities in Somalia,
Absolutely.
and the most interesting thing in this list there is IMF, there is IOM, and guess what? There's World Bank that is registered as a part of UN entity in Somalia.
Yeah.
So did we consider that before we requested the closure of the UN political office for Somalia? And by the way, I think it's clear. Let's look at. I'm sorry, I'll just get back to you in a second. If we look at this UN mandate here, the mandate. I have a letter here that talks about the mandate of the United Nations Establishment in Somalia. It says the Security Council decided that the mandate of UNSOM would include the provision of policy advice to the federal government and the African Union mission in Somalia. This is back in 2013.
Yeah.
But then they're saying they will advise on peace building, state building in the areas of governance, security sector reform, and rule of law, constitutional review, democratization, including preparations for the 2016 political transition and coordination of international donor support. So we did not consider even the coordination of donor support before we requested.
And by this
the
definition,
termination.
and also by this definition,
yeah.
UN is a de facto government in Somalia.
That's what
So-
I'm saying, Ali. Now, sometimes, yes, we Somalis, sometimes we think that we are sovereign government. Yes, we are, but our sovereignty is not full because of our situation. And that's our reality, whether we like or not. That's another case.
Yeah.
So here, see the area that UN is covering now, security. We are talking about logistics. We are talking about the peace building. We are talking about the institution buildings of this government.
We're talking about logistics, even when the president wants to move around locally.
So we are talking about everything that this office that we wanted to close is responsible for us. And, you know,
So this first letter
the
is chaotic, to say the least.
Yeah, Security Council, when the members want this situation brief from Somalia, they are listening to the special representatives of the Secretary General, not our representative in the UN. Just
That's
maybe
right.
he can comment, but they
But every time the UN Security Council wants updates from Somalia, they will listen to the SRSB.
yeah.
Who briefs the Security Council? That's what you're saying. Not even our permanent representative in New York does that. Is that your point, Gure?
So regardless of the rhetoric of that Somali politicians or government repeats every day, that we are sovereign, we are independent state, it's just only rhetoric, and it's not. It has nothing to do with the realities on the ground. That's UN is who runs this.
And to
country.
make such an important decision, we should involve all relevant bodies in this government,
Including Parliament.
including Parliament,
Including the
the
public.
committee, the public. I mean the cabinet.
The states.
So here the question is, were all these bodies, or relevant bodies,